Hi, my name is Asma. I am a speech therapist with Neuropedia. Today I will be answering one question that I always get asked by a lot of parents. Why is my child repeating back everything I say to him? Why is he not answering questions and instead is repeating questions? Does this mean he has autism? Why is he parroting? So this question I will be answering today, and this is called echolalia. So echolalia is a term that is used to describe when a child tries to imitate or repeat back whatever they hear. So they might hear you asking a question like saying, do you want cookie? And they will say, do you want cookie? Instead of answering yes or no. So what are the different types of echolalia? There are two different types. There is immediate echolalia, which is the child repeats immediately what they hear when you ask them or what they tell them. Like, for example, if you say, good job, Kevin, he will say, good job, Kevin. How are you today? He will say, how are you today? So he immediately repeats what they hear. There is a different type, and it's called delayed echolalia. Delayed echolalia is the child repeats something they heard from long time ago. It could be hours earlier, it could be days, weeks, or even months. Now, is this normal that my child repeats back whatever I say to him? Sometimes it is normal, sometimes it's not. So during the very early years of development, it's very normal for your child to repeat back, and this is one part of learning language or language development. So by 2 years of age, your child will be repeating less, and echolalia should be very minimal when your child is around 3 years old. So why is your child repeating back questions or statements that you're telling him? First of all, your child might be repeating questions because they are not able to understand that you're asking a question. They are not able to understand what the question means, and they are not able to understand that there's an answer required. Sometimes it's also an act of self-stimulation. So how can you help your child at home with echolalia? Get him to repeat less and understand more. First of all, if you're going to explain to your child not to repeat more, you need to model the answers or the statements or the phrases that you want him to say very clearly in a very short and simple way. For example, if your child is going to ask you for cookie or for milk, you know that he's already going or taking your hands towards the fridge and getting you to get him, the items of his interest. At that point, you should say, I want cookie, and you prompt your child to say it. And you wait till your child try to say it, and then you give him what he wants. One more thing is that while playing with your child, you can always offer him choices. For example, you're playing and he wants to play with a car. So you show him two toys, a car and a ball, for example, and you say, car, ball. And you wait for him to choose the one he wants, and you prompt him to say, car. And then he will learn that this is a word called car. Now, if you want to teach your child how to answer questions, for example, you want him to understand how to answer a yes or no question. If you ask him, do you want this? You want him to say yes or no. It's very easy. You just need to make sure that you have an item of his interest that he really wants at that point, and then you ask the question real fast, followed by the answer without pauses. And you say, do you want this? Yes. And then you prompt him to say yes. When he says yes, you give him the toy of his interest. After some time, you can change it and say only the first letter of the answer. So for example, do you want this? And wait, and then your child will say yes. And then you can give him what he wants. And the third level of the same training for the same question goes like, do you want this? And then you will act as if you're saying the first sound of yes, but you will not say it. So you will just say, do you want this? Without saying any sounds, and then your child will say yes, and then you can give it to him. So for the asking questions, you can take one question at a time. You can do different questions with the same way we did with do you want this? You can also teach him, what is this? So what is this? For example, car. You need to make sure that he knows the item, because as we said, echolalia can be, due to poor language skills. So you need to work on the main reason and work on the language skills, and then his speech